Push is about pushing artistic boundaries, finding that line that some are afraid to cross and crossing it anyway.
It's on, and today on The Express, we're hoping to push some boundaries. On today's show,
it's multimedia, it's newest circus at its best.
Circa.
Don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see.
Bonanza, a unique cinematic portrait.
Damn nice day.
Terminal City Soundscape.
We're looking at the sounds that make Vancouver tick.
With my eyelashes.
Dances for a small stage. Welcome to our Express special on the Push International Performing Arts Festival. I'm Johanna Ward at Granville Island. Music, art, dance, film, even igloos. Up first, it's an art installation that honors Canada's newest and smallest capital city.
Iqaluit is the capital city of Canada's newest territory, Nunavut. But just how many people actually know that?
Iqaluit? I have no idea. I'm going to guess a fish.
I know, I'm looking over here at this igloo. I'm thinking it's something to do with that.
It's cold this time of year.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's the capital of Nunavut.
What if I told you it was the capital city of Nunavut?
I did not know that.
Good thing this installation by Belgium-based theatre company Berlin shed some light on the people and traditions of Canada's youngest capital city.
The company goes in a certain city. We've made Moscow until now, Bonanza, Jerusalem, and Iqaluit. And we take a lot of time for research and to immerse into a city. And then from then on, start thinking about how this city should be translated artistically.
This installation is based on these screens, which show different scenes of life in Iqaluit.
The northern lights that are there, the light just to film, it's really amazing. A lot of people didn't know Iqaluit when we were telling about it. But for us, it's a great adventure to show it here because for us, it's the first premiere of any of our pieces in Canada.
This SFU film class is among the first to check out the installation, which is part of this year's Push Festival.
It sends a signal to the TV that you're facing. They're listening to different audio, and so everybody is listening to a different story, and yet there's parts where it cuts to everyone's watching the same story. And so it sort of shows how within the same context, everybody is experiencing their own story.
You feel like you're part of the show or the performance because you're watching the video and you also see everyone watching you.
Thanks to the Push Festival, a Belgium group has found a creative way to show Canadians an important part of their country and culture. I'm Bianca Solterbeck in Vancouver for The Express.
The people who run the exhibit are all locals from the downtown east side, and they were chosen because they're interested in promoting art in the community. You can see it for yourself. It's in the Woodward's Atrium in Gastown, and it runs until February the 6th. And you're watching our Express special on the Push International Performing Arts Festival, where we're finding out what it means to get pushed.
Push is about pushing artistic boundaries, finding that line that some are afraid to cross and crossing it anyway. And in so doing, we just might enter into something that expands our horizons.
Push is a performing arts festival. It's an international festival with work from all over the world, across Canada and just around the corner. We have this wonderful company in town who does studies of cities, and the company is called Berlin. They're based out of Antwerp, and they have a piece that they're bringing in this week called Bonanza.
Don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see.
The angels helping Roger.
And it's about this small town in America, 7 residents, 5 households, and nobody can decide who's mayor. And it's a wonderful study of civic politics on this very, very micro level.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm number 7.
This is such a great venue, and so you're putting together a bit of a nightclub feel.
Yeah, it's the triumphant return of Club Push this year down on Granville Island at Performance Works. Every night we have a different artist and show at 8 o'clock, and on the weekends we have indie bands.
Why dost thou cry such a beauteous
and make me travel forth without my cloak, to let base clouds overtake me in my way.
We really like to take care of our audiences, and at the same time, it's bold and audacious and startling and original. We work many years to put together each festival. This festival, for instance, has been put together over the last 2 years.
We'll talk to Norman again later in the show about the 125th anniversary series. But right now is the Push Festival's most anticipated musical production, Terminal City Soundscape.
Terminal City Soundscape pays homage to Vancouver.
There's this idea of soundscape. It's a word that we hear a lot, but it was actually invented in Vancouver in the early 70s. And it's about living in the acoustic world and listening to the world around you and then making some compositions out of that as well.
And that's the beginning of Gray Orange.
David has been waiting to pay tribute to this city and decided the year of our 125th anniversary was perfect timing.
We're looking at the sounds that make Vancouver tick, the music that sort of matters here as we celebrate our 125th year, and looking specifically at non-commercial music, so not so much the Sarah McLachlans and the Bryan Adams, but more the art music that has been part of our cultural fabric for the last few years.
They had the longest slide. The swings went high out over the whole entire city.
The Vancouver Ensemble Standing Wave was approached by David to be a part of Push. They perform with a film by Mina Shum playing in the background.
Now, Vern, what makes tonight's performance different from other concerts?
This Vancouver suite, as Rebecca calls it, will also feature a film by Mina Shum. So the 6 short pieces written by various Vancouver composers.
We're so happy to be able to remount what we think is a really, really exciting piece. And to be able to do it as part of a show of Dave's is really exciting. He just has such a vision of, you know, of curating and putting really exciting themed shows together.
There's a Sally Ann on 12.
When we put it together and gave it to Mina, she asked for actual photograph submissions from all of Standing Wave and our support people. And our families and everything, pictures that we really felt represented us. And what she ended up with was a real portrait of life in Vancouver.
For everyone involved, to be included in the Push Festival is a great opportunity.
It's a great fit with Push because a lot of people in Push are really interested in theater and visual art, and it gives them a chance to have a taste of contemporary music as well.
Well, the Push Festival is known as just such an exciting confluence of really different, really cutting-edge events in all disciplines. So for us to attract people from that festival-going audience to hear us play is just really exciting.
Afterwards, my mobile train, rhubarb juice, on syrup, apple. Afterwards, my mobile came out.
In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
Terminal City Soundscape is presented by Music on Main, and you can get a list of their upcoming performances at their website. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we have more from Push, the International Performing Arts Festival, one of Vancouver's signature events. After the break,
I think it's the true nature of creativity to be spontaneous.
Impromptu improv music. Dances for a small stage. You're watching local TV on The Express.